Really, it's going to be eyeball to eyeball into turn one.
Here we go, lights out, the race underway. Mirko Bortolotti it is who sprints away as up the inside tries to go Craig Dolby in the black and turquoise Nissan. Can he squeeze into the race lead? Yes, he can. Fantastic. Dolby leads. Up the inside goes the Mercedes of Hubert Haupt as well. To the outside line is Chio. There's contact between the two Bentleys that lean on each other. Harry Tingle gets forced out wide in his GT debut in the red, white and blue Nissan. The Jaguar has gone wide at turn one as well. But they sprint their way through the Mercedes arena for the first time. Stefan Mucker has got the Aston going strongly. He is looking to gain ground as the cars work their way through for the first time. The 333 Ferrari with Renat Salikov at the wheel tries to squeeze up the inside of number 59 McLaren. Alvaro Parente has fallen back over the first few corners as we accelerate then now down towards turns 5 and 6 for the first time.
Well, it's just all you can do is just hold position, look for a gap, and let's get back to the lead, because that was a blinding start by Craig Dolby on road 2 to out-accelerate the pole position, and that was the pole position. The Lamborghini they were seeing in view, and right now the Mercedes has got ahead of Chio as well. So great start from the Mercedes from that third row of the grid.
Hubert Haupt, the driver, who knows his way around here, hugely experienced driver now on board with Ketsumasa Chio as he works his way now up through the Schumacher S's lots of curb taken there. Everybody is kept out of trouble just about for the first few corners, but Craig Dolby underlining that he's a real talent, and also underlining that now with a different band of people operating this Nissan, it is going incredibly well. Up towards the end of the opening lap then, out of the Bilstein curve, 31 Bentley, that is the car in the hands of Max Book ahead of the championship contender number 7 with Guy Smith at the wheel as the cars head towards the end of lap 1.
Yeah, it's Max Book, the car I'm going to keep an eye on. Bentley 31 all over the rear of the Nissan number 23 coming up into the chicane, but in fact both Bentleys nose to tail. And then look, the other Nissan uses all that horsepower that had to get past the 99 Mercedes into the chicane.
And Max Book there having a nibble at the back of the traffic ahead of him. Now Guy Smith looking for a way through as well as they come over the timing line. Dolby leading out. In third is Haupt, fourth is Chio, fifth is Book, sixth is Guy Smith that you were riding with a moment ago. Seventh over the timing line is Parente, eighth is Salikov, ninth is Jean-Carl Vernet. And look at this, 3 wide for 10th down to turn 1. Vernet's gone 8th up the inside. Round the outside of Tingle there goes Nico Bastian. Is he going to come out ahead? Yes he is, the Mercedes goes by.
Regains that position that was lost a couple of corners ago. But Bastian did a good job. A decent guy, and goes onto the gravel. And once it then spins and buries itself going sideways like that, it will not be able to reverse out. So it'll need a truck to pull that car away from the corner and hopefully get it back into the race.
And now look, Chio is under attack. Hubert Haupt gets the drive up the hill, get all the grunt from the Mercedes. We've seen it here every season in Blancpain. Over the curb goes Haupt. That compromises his run, and now Guy Smith makes a move up the inside, but it's the outside for the next corner. They lean on each other. Hubert Haupt's got the inside line. He'll go back ahead. He takes the place back again, and Max Book arrives on the tail of Guy Smith as well. Good effort,
and it comes out. Oh!
Stays ahead, but only just.
That was released. And where was the Audi? Still,
well, significantly, the Bentley's ahead of the Lamborghini.
There's the Audi coming in.
And that car is ahead of the Alex Buncombe Nissan. So the Von Ryan McLaren, remember, that pitted very, very early in the first stint, after the second stop, is now ahead of the Alex Buncombe Nissan. So the orange McLaren is in 4th place. It's done its 2 pit stops, and that, therefore, for the moment, is in a very, very, very good position.
That's not the story of the moment. The story of the moment is Stephen Kane in 7th place. Fastest first and third sectors, and 1 minute.
Parente gets assaulted by Bastian at turn 1, and round he goes into the gravel. 2 separate incidents on the restart.
Almost at the same part of racetrack where this. So now he's going to come back immediately. I mean, he should have been under the rear wing. The minute the Nissan went ahead, I'd have been right under the back of the Nissan again. So with what, 11.5 minutes to go, Stephen Kane has not given up again, closes right up, gets a nose up inside the Nissan, but the drag, the power of the Nissan will have it into turn 1 ahead.
But Stephen Kane, if he can stand his ground on the inside, might have a chance. Where's the nose of the Nissan? It's still on the outside line. This time, surely Stephen Kane is going to get the job done. Under braking for turn 1. Yes, he's done it at last. He goes deep into the corner. Alex Buncombe tries to get the undercut and get level with him to turn 2. But Stephen Kane has done it.
The last thing Alex Buncombe wanted was
each other in modern GT and historic sports cars as well. And this is Stephen Kane's chance. A little bit of contact there as he tried to get up the inside. The Nissan being compromised by the BMW. He runs wide. Stephen Kane's alongside. He's on the outside line for the next corner, but he's done it right round the outside. outside.
He got wrong-footed by the BMW, and the choice went to Stephen Kane. He got the clear shot out of turn 3 through turn 4, and poor Alex Buncombe had nothing he could do. He was wrong-footed by the BMW, and he couldn't adapt or adjust quickly enough to prevent Stephen Kane. See, the lights went out, but then the pit stop round lost its lead. Sean Wolfenshaw behind the wheel. He's going to get back ahead of the number 23 Nissan, in my view, because the Nissan just beginning to roll. Well, let's have a look and see.
Robin Frins in the Audi look. He's going to get ahead potentially. Here comes
he's
Ripe
not.
up to speed.
No, he's
but
not.
he can't get the line for the white line yet. So the Audi's on the outside line into the corner. Can he get the undercut as they turn through? Or can Wolfgang Ripe hang on to track position? Robin Frins up to speed. Everything up to temperature. He goes round the outside. Up the inside of the Audi now goes Bortolotti. They touch. The Lamborghini is going to go through, so Bortolotti moves himself up ahead of the Audi, and Wolfgang Ripe has just been able to hang on to the place.
Well, Ripe did all he could, and he did the best job, and he kept the Nissan ahead, but it was poor Robin Friends, I should say, in the Audi that got suddenly compromised and wasn't awaiting, didn't expect to see the Lamborghini being as aggressive and forceful, but the momentum was with the Lamborghini, and it's still with Bortolotti in the Lamborghini, who is going to give Wolfgang Ripe another working out down the hill into turn 7, then all the way back up the hill through turns 8, 9 and into 10.
Don't forget Bortolotti, the quickest man on the circuit. He's done the best lap. Hubert Haupt, by the way, is pitted, so Guy Smith and Max Boot now first and second, but they've not stopped. So of course when they do, they'll drop down the order and everything will be corrected. What we need to see though is where they all feed back in after this first round of pit stops. But Wolfgang Ripe, effectively the race leader then, ahead of Mirko Bortolotti, but Robin Frins running in that third spot of those that have made a pit stop. Excellent decision by the WRT team. Bortolotti's car tries to get up the inside, but Wolfgang Ripe, he's certainly under big attack, isn't he, as they come off the final corner. Remember, before the pit stops, the Lamborghini was ahead. Over the timing line they come. The Von Ryan Racing McLaren is set to be the first double winner in the championship, and it will be the only double winner because the class battles below in Pro-Am and Am will be for first-time winners. To turn 4 they come, and Vantor up the inside, up the curve as well. Doesn't quite pay off, he had to back out of it, but Vantor committed in a straight line. The turbo kicks in, the Audi slots in behind, more nervous faces at Nissan. So Est into the chicane for the last time. It is going to be a second win of the year then for Davy Ryan's team, Von Ryan Racing, for Kevin Est, for Rob Bell, who did the first stint for Shane van Gisbergen, who we barely saw in the middle because the car wasn't really in contention at all, but it's in contention when it counts for a race win for McLaren. Kevin Est wins the final round of the Blancpain Endurance Series. A win for Dave Ryan there, along with his co-drivers Rob Bell, Shane van Gisbergen, the partners in the race for Kevin Est, which is the next of the Ferrari, Stephen Parrott on the wheel of the car. But the Jaguar, we talked early in the race about how that has got better and better and better. Well, it's had one podium at Silverstone, now it leads the class, and with 35 minutes to go, would it not be a great way to end the season in Pro-Am if we could have the Jaguar as a winner? Now this is how the Am Championship is going to pan out. Look at this, Ian Loggy, Julian Westwood on the same number of points as Jürgen Hering, Dimitris Constantinou and Frank Schmickler. Now, Loggy and Westwood had a win at Spa, but the Porsche team have not, I think I'm right in saying, had a victory all season. So on a tie break, it would go to the Audi squad because they've had a win. And after braking, tries to close back up, the Acuriacos BMW to the left. They're going to have to get past Ollie Bryan here. He and Alex have raced against each other in modern GT and historic sports cars as well. And this is Stephen Kane's chance. A little bit of contact there as he tried to get up the inside. The Nissan being compromised by the BMW. He runs wide. Stephen Kane's alongside. He's on the outside line for the next corner, but he's done it right round the outside.
He got wrong-footed by the BMW, and the choice went to Stephen Kane. He got the clear shot out of turn 3 through turn 4, and poor Alex Buncombe had nothing he could do. He was wrong-footed by the BMW, and he couldn't adapt or adjust quickly enough to prevent Stephen Kane seizing that opportunity.
And number 7 must give back the position to number 23. It says on the timing screen the Bentley must give the place back to the Nissan, and that presumably has to be because of the contact.
I would assume that's the only thing I can see. I don't see how that contact had any significant bearing, other than I suppose Nissan would say, well, he bumped into the back of us and unsettled the back of our car, and we were then slightly forced out wide. So that's a judgment from the race director. So number 7 is going to have to concede. Well, no one saw that one coming. least of all Stephen Kane. There's nothing to be gained. Just let the Nissan. There he goes. So the Nissan goes through, ironically, almost in the same part of racetrack where this. So now he's going to come back immediately. I mean, he should have been under the rear wing. The minute the Nissan went ahead, I'd have been right under the back of the Nissan again. So with 11 and a half minutes to go, Stephen Kane has not given up again, closes right up, gets the nose up inside the Nissan, but the drag, the power of the Nissan will have it into turn one ahead.
But Stephen Kane, if he can stand his ground on the inside, might have a chance. Where's the nose of the Nissan? It's still on the outside line. This time, surely Stephen Kane is going to get the job done under braking for turn one. Yes, he's done it at last. He goes deep into the corner. Alex Buncombe tries to get the undercut and get level with him to turn two, but Stephen Kane has done it.
The last thing Alex Buncombe wanted was having had to deal with a whole stint of a Bentley headlights burning into the back of your car. You've now got a set of Audi headlights burning into the back of your car, and it's 6.5 minutes to go, and it isn't over. And again, traffic could be the factor that brings an overtake into play. Lawrence Van Thor wants the podium. He likes the podium, and he's got the momentum again. He's positive, where Alex is having to be defensive and by nature than negative.
So one more lap to run. Est is the leader. The Von Ryan Racing McLaren is set to be the first double winner in the championship, and it will be the only double winner because the class battles below in Pro-Am and Am will be for first-time winners. To turn four they come, and Vantor up the inside up the curb as well. Doesn't quite pay off. He had to back out of it, but Vantor committed. But the big Nissan pulls away in a straight line. The turbo kicks in. The Audi slots in behind. More nervous faces at Nissan. So Est into the chicane for the last time. It is going to be a second win of the year then for Davy Ryan's team, Von Ryan Racing, for Kevin Est, for Rob Bell, who did the first stint, for Shane Van Gisbergen, who we barely saw in the middle because the car wasn't really in contention at all, but it's in contention when it counts for a race win for McLaren. Kevin Est wins the final round of the Blancpain Endurance Series. A win for Dave Ryan there, along with his co-drivers, Rob Bell, Shane Van Gisbergen, the partners in the race for Kevin Est. Second will go the way of Stephen Kane, Guy Smith and Andy Merrick, and third will be Alex Buncombe, Wolfgang Reip and Katsuo Masachio to win Pro Cup in the Blancpain Endurance Series for Bob Neville's Nissan team. And there is a great reception for that from the Nissan guys, hanging over the pit wall. Tremendous job done by Alex Buncombe in the last stint. Lawrence Vantor comes home fourth, and I think Wolfgang Reip, yes, there he is, has made his way out of the hire car. Bob Neville on the headset, hopefully saying, well done, Alex. Wolfgang Reip embraces Katsuo Masachio. Now this is Pro-Am, and the Jag is still in the lead, but only just. The championship-winning Ferrari is getting in the way because it's from the same team as AF Corsa, and there's a bit of team orders going on to try and let the Ferrari get through. The yellow car, operated by the same team, is trying to find a way by, but 51 Ferrari eventually, no, doesn't let the Jaguar past. It's going to be a sprint to the line. Gabriele Gardel then to fend off Cedric Sprezioli. AF Corsa trying to use one car to help the other. Up towards the line they come, and as they took the checkered flag, the Jaguar wins by 0.3 of a second. Fantastic. What a race. So much to talk about, so much going on. Bob Neville must be a very, very proud team manager. A dream come true, I suspect, for him. And he is ready to talk to OJ. Second time this year, the only double winners in the championship this year. Shane Van Gisbergen, Rob Bell and Kevin Est for Von Ryan Racing.